The Vatican says Pope Francis's condition continues to show improvement, prompting doctors to lift their guarded prognosis. And now let's get more details on that from Morning Matters host Gretchen Ho, who still joins us live from Rome. Hi, Gretchen. Another good news to start our day. Tell us more about that.
Good morning, Colleen, and a happy Tuesday still from Rome. Amid the busy week, I have some piece of advice. Don't forget to turn on your video in online meetings because Pope Francis did not forget. That's right. From audio to video, Pope Francis made his presence felt by turning on his camera and joining his cardinals in an annual Lenten recollection inside the Vatican. And more good news for you. In the latest medical bulletin released just a few hours ago, the Pope is now out of imminent danger in his 25th day in the hospital.
It was February 22, 8 days after he had been admitted, when the Vatican first pronounced that Pope Francis' prognosis remains guarded, declaring the pontiff was in critical condition as he had an asthma-like respiratory crisis requiring high-flow oxygen. February 28, when he had a sudden worsening of his condition due to an isolated episode of bronchospasm, causing him to breathe through vomit as he began non-mechanical ventilation. And March 3, when he last suffered 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure due to an accumulation of mucus and bronchospasm. 3 major and critical events in his hospitalization since February 14, when he was admitted for bronchitis that later was diagnosed to be double pneumonia. Now Pope Francis is on his 4th week, and doctors say they are finally lifting the guarded prognosis, meaning he's not anymore in imminent danger, but will keep the Pope in the hospital for the next days. The clinical picture remains to be complex, and the 88-year-old pontiff will continue to receive medication for the severe infection. The road to recovery is likely to be long and fraught with danger, though. That's what medical experts are saying in a Reuters report. When he does get out from the hospital, there are questions over whether the Pope will regain his former strength. It's a race against time against the loss of muscle structure, says Professor Christoph Lang, Secretary General of the International Union Against Tuberculosis and Lung Disease. The Vatican has said the Pope has been getting respiratory therapy to improve his lung function and physical therapy for movement, but it's still unclear on whether he can do more than work in his armchair if the Pope can already walk or stand unaided. The respiratory attacks in his longest hospital stay yet could also have put a strain on his 88-year-old heart. While a full 100% recovery may be far off, the latest developments are still very encouraging. With the Pope slowly rejoining his Roman Curia cardinals in their Lenten activities, making himself felt not just through words, but through video. In this day and age, that counts for a lot. Pope Francis continues to show that a lot is possible even from the confines of his hospital room.
That's the good news we're bringing to you on this Tuesday morning, just fresh off the oven. The Pope out of imminent danger, improving in his condition, responding to medication. Hopefully, he will be out of the Gemelli Hospital very, very soon. But for now, he remains to be in therapy, still taking meds, still being taken care of by his doctors and given important care inside Gemelli. And we also received the news that he will be missing some activities in the next weeks to come, but that's quite understandable. The Pope does try to join the activities in his own ways by doing video conferencing, sending video message, sending his homilies and Angelus address to the Catholic faithful, even from his hospital room, saying that he can do a lot, even from the confines of the 4 walls of Gemelli. Pauline?
Well, you're right, Gretchen. We don't have an excuse anymore not to turn on our cameras and even our audios and video conferences, as the Pope has shown, right, battling double pneumonia and still getting back to work immediately. So right now, Gretchen, wala pang balita kung kailan makakaalis si Pope sa Gemelli Hospital, tama ba?
Tama, wala pang balita, no? Sinabi lang dito na several days yung itatagal pa niya sa ospital. Although I think it is in response to questions from reporters if there is a timeline, if he will be able to come back now to Casa Santa Marta where he lives inside the Vatican. Pero yun nga yung sagot ng ospital, ano? At binabasa nga natin yung medical opinion ng iba't ibang doktor at sinasabi nila matatagalan itong pagre-recover ni Pope Francis because of his age, because of his history with respiratory issues, because of the three major attacks he's gone through in the hospital that could have had an effect on his heart and also his comorbidities. Kaya medyo naman maselan yung lagay. Yun nga, sana he recovers his full strength because that is what they are unsure of at this point. Sa reports ng Vatican, sinasabi na he continues to work from his armchair, but they're also not saying whether he is walking, standing up, being mobile. So a lot of questions when it comes to that. But pinaka-important naman, Pauline, yung pag-iisip, no? So pagdating sa pag-iisip, mukhang okay na okay pa naman si Pope Francis at talagang palaban.
And what's important here is that, as the Vatican mentioned, he's no longer in imminent danger, Gretchen. But what about the Catholic faithful there in Rome, as well as Filipinos? What's the reaction to all of this?
Things are slowly changing, Pauline. For example, the medical bulletins are coming out one day after the other, meaning every other day na lang siya lumalabas. Tapos yung rosary, dahil yung cardinals nga nandun sa loob ng Vatican ngayon para sa kanilang rent and recollection, ay piniplay na lang sa isang screen sa labas ng St. Peter's Basilica at 6 p.m. Hindi na yung magkakasama lahat ng cardinals sa labas. So, dahan-dahan, let's scaling back a little bit and hopefully, I do hope to see things get normal here and to be able to witness a sense of that. But like yesterday, it was reported, di ba, na medyo okay-okay na, kumakalma na yung mga tao. And I think there are still speculations over, for example, what's going to happen to the Pope in case he, falters back again, falls in critical condition again. There are talks when it comes to that, but very, very political and under wraps na mga usapan, mga chismisan, ika nga, tungkol sa mga nangyayari. But we've been told that the atmosphere around here can get very political. So just like in any institution, the Vatican is also plagued with the same. Hindi naman spared yan, but everybody, I think, is getting a more sense of security with the developments day by day, and Pope Francis also making sure that people feel that there is not much space for gossip and speculation. So, nagpakita na si Pope via video at malaking bagay yun, showing his face. We do hope that they do that for the public in order for us to see our beloved Pope once again.
Well, that's right, Gretchen. I totally agree with that. But for now, thank you very much for all those updates from Rome, Italy. That was Morning Matters host, Gretchen Ho.